Monday, November 18th. Yes. I crashed out. Pretty hard. Pretty hard. But yeah, I did eat a pizza and watched the last episode of the Daryl Dixon show. I was kind of surprised to spoilers, I guess, if you haven't finished the second season of the Daryl Dixon show. But, there was kind of, something got resolved, halfway through the episode. And then it's there's still half the episode left. But, it was more so, setting up the next season. So. Oh, what was gonna help me? Goodness. Yes. So much. So much so. And then I panicked, but it's only 4 o'clock. 4:15. It's oh my god. I mean, I still knew I was safe because my alarm in the other room, in my bedroom, hasn't went off. So I knew it wasn't already time to head back to work. Blah. Blah. Oh my goodness. So it's been rainy and yuck. Rainy and yuck. Rainy and yuck. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. So, let me see. The question I am supposed to answer. What is consuming your thoughts lately? Well, I don't think I have a good answer for that, because it's we've discussed how I don't live a very dramatic life, so, I mean, nothing ever really consumes my thoughts. I don't really have a whole lot of thoughts, to be honest. It's just kind of, I don't know, I'm just kind of on steroids. No, I'm on, it's kind of autopilot, I guess. I don't, nothing has ever really consumed my thoughts, ever. Even when I was, going through the foreclosure with the house and deciding to, give it up, whatever, or, of course, I was waiting. I submitted the paperwork again and again and again, and, I just went to work, came home, slept, ate, shat. It's just life, man. I don't know. I don't really worry about much. I don't really concern myself with much. So my thoughts are never consumed with just one thing. And at work, it's a lot of times I'm on autopilot. It's and all I have is time to think, because it's I'm just doing a menial task, whatever. But even then, I just think of ways to remix the songs inappropriately that are playing on the radio. So I don't know. Like I just never. I'm not a worrier, I guess. I guess I consider that, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, I guess. Like if you're going on a trip soon, and you're like, oh, I got to remember to do this and do that, and, or your excitement for your trip and what you're going to do, I suppose your, your thoughts being consumed with one thing, or another, it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. Um, but I haven't really, you know, like I said yesterday, I don't even know what our plans for Thanksgiving are, so, but even then it's like, that's next week, so there's no reason for it to consume my thoughts now, I suppose. Like, because that's like next week's thing. That's next week's not issue, I guess, but that's that's next week's task or whatever. So I don't have to. I mean, I don't have to worry about it until next week. Packing or whatever. If I go to mom's, if I go for if I go to mom's overnights or whatever, throwing some clothes in the bag, whatever. Whatever we're doing, we don't know. Like I said, may not know until a couple days before, but even still, it's like that. That's next week me's problem. You know what I mean? What I mean? Like having to worry about preparing for that. So it's like I'll worry about that. Like it's kind of like the same kind of student I was in, in well, maybe not so much when it's in high school, but definitely in college. Where it's like, you have a paper due Friday, and it's like, there would be times where I would go, I wrote a lot of my papers the night before they were due, because it's like, oh, that's due tomorrow, I guess I should do something about that. And, there were some times I was just going to, I was just going to the library to do my research for the paper the night before I wrote it, like, I don't know. So it's like, like I said, Thanksgiving is next week. I'll deal with whatever comes out of that next week. Like, I'm not sitting here thinking about it now, like a week in advance of, oh, I need to pack this and I need to pack that and I need to blah blah blah, blah or I need to whatever. Like, next week is next week, man. No big deal. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've never, I don't know. Would that be like an A-type personality that like needs preparedment or whatever? I don't know. I'm more of a laid back, go with the flow kind of person, Ain't no thing but a chicken wang. And that's about it, But other than that, so no, nothing has ever consumed my thoughts, like, ever. So, nothing is consuming my thoughts right now. That's about that. But anyway, now I've answered the question. If I doze back off, it's no big deal. And I probably will. So anyway, that's that. And I will see you for what I say.